Y'all, I am so proud of myself. Look at this. Look at this meal. So, first of all, we're eating healthy. This is my first time breaking my fast and like eating. Sorry. I'm breaking my fast of 3 days. So, we have it's a chicken cutlet, wheat bread, avocado, cheese, sriracha, Chick-fil-A sauce. It looks super good. Everything's from Aldi, by the way, because I did like an Aldi shop. I don't know how to. I'm filming on my iPad. Everything I got is from. I'm eating right now is from Aldi, and then I also have this little Southwest salad. This is so good. I got an extra pickle, well, a pickle, and then the leftover avocado. This might be my new favorite meal. But look at me cooking, because y'all know I never cook, like, ever. And this was hardly cooking. Like, the salad stuff, you just mix it together. And then, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to give y'all, like, a good filming angle. But I'm filming on my iPad case right now, and she won't let me be great. I'm also trying to not get, spill my food. Anyways, I felt like chit-chatting / a little mukbang. You guys can eat dinner with me. I've been feeling under the weather for the past couple of days. I'm actually starting to feel better finally. Thank you, Jesus. Because I do not like, oh my gosh, what's on my robe? I don't know if this has been there or if I just did that. Anyways. Oh, we got water. And then some immunity juice, which is cranberry, blueberry, acai juice. And there's zinc in this. Anyways, I do want to try my sandwich because it really looks really good. And it's healthy. Like, this is, this on its own. Well, the sandwich without the toppings is under 300 calories. Not that I'm really counting calories right now, but I am trying to eat healthier. So it's good to know if I can find a meal that is good and not super a lot of calories, that's great. It's good. Who needs Chick-fil-A? It's basically like a chicken, bacon, avocado sandwich without the bacon. And if you wanted to add like turkey bacon or something to this, it would probably be so good. You know what? I might have did a thing with that. And the sauces I use, I think I said it. Sriracha and Chick-fil-A sauce. This might be the best pickle I've ever had. I think I found my new favorite pickles. Alright. It's still hard for me to like enjoy eating because of the congestion, but we're trying. Anyways, let's talk about Love Island because y'all know that show stays on my mind. I might add the rest of my avocado to my salad just so I'm not eating it all by itself. That's probably smart. Not gonna lie, like, I could have just eaten this salad and been fine, but I really wanted to try my sandwich today, so I kind of forced myself into that one. Okay, but anyways, what I want to talk about, I don't know if I should call this unpopular opinions or what, but I'd be on Twitter, right? And honestly, mentioned this before, I've been like having such a hard time oh, that did not feel good. What's the word? Investing? What's the word? Let me look up my Twitter real quick. Like, I'm literally trying to get unobsessed with this show, and I have not been able to. I was starting this video though as a response to something, and I can't think of it. Oh! Y'all, I keep seeing like, I swear they're like these little gnats flying around my dad's house. It's annoying. Cause like, where do they be coming from? Get away from my food. Okay. This is why I don't usually film and eat, because I'd be too distracted. Like, I could not be a mukbanger. Like, nah. I can either eat or talk, but I cannot do both. Because honestly, when I'm eating, I just want to enjoy my food. I don't want to have to be talking, like, in between everything like I am right now. Also, I don't know. I feel like knowing people just want to watch me eat would make me uncomfortable. Maybe that's just me. Okay. I know why I started this video, because I was having a really funny reaction to something. But now, it's like lost my mind. Lost my mind. Gone out of my mind. Am I okay? I might still have a little slight fever. I'm not delusional, y'all. What's that word? No, not delusional. What's the word when you can't think? Oh my gosh. My brain is still so fogged right now. Okay. It's not delusional, but the other word for like can't think straight. Anyways, I had an opinion on something and now I can't think about it, and that was the whole reason I started this video. And now I feel like I'm just wasting y'all's time by rambling. Unless y'all just want to watch me eat my food, which I'm sure y'all don't. Anytime I eat a salad, I have to pretend like I'm a teacher. Is that weird? Did y'all see that? If y'all watch those TikTok memes, it's like every time going to asking your teacher a question while they're on their lunch, and they're always eating a salad. They're always going like this and covering their mouth as they're chewing in between bites. That's how I feel right now. Every time I eat a salad, I feel like that. Not gonna hold y'all though. This salad is bomb. Y'all better get you one of these. Honestly, if I added like just some grilled chicken breast strips to this and some avocado, this is a bomb meal on its own. But because I haven't eaten in 3 days, I was like, I'm gonna eat good tonight. It is still kind of hard for me though to enjoy my food because I can't really breathe that well. Not me sniffling for emphasis, but I'm still struggling a little bit, but we're doing a lot better. Okay, what was I reacting to? Okay, let's start with this. I saw this tweet. Big Sean speaks with Charlemagne on what's stopping him from marrying Janae Aiko. He said, to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And they've been together, what, like 5 years, maybe over 5 years at this point. It's been a minute. Have a whole child. And I just don't understand how you can have a baby with someone, date them for years and years, but be like, marriage is not want to marry them. These men be wasting your time and will let them waste your time if you're not standing on business. As a woman, first and foremost, let's just bring it all the way back. I watched the interview because I've been so obsessed with Love Island. I've been watching like all of the cast or most of the cast. Honestly, I really only keep up with Serena and Cordell and Janae and Kenny. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I do follow all of them though, but those are just the couples that I truly like the most. I like Leah too, but she's not like my top favorite like a lot of other people's. But anyways, Serena did an interview and she basically said like, yeah, I will not live with a man without a ring on my finger. And I said, yes ma'am, stand on business, because too many women give men wife privileges without demanding they're actually a wife. And it's crazy to me that, like, y'all know men used to have to actually be married to live with a woman and to have kids. Like, they had to be married before that was even an option. And now, you got men with 10 baby mamas. Because why? Because women's standards have gone to the depths of hell. I'm kidding, but like kind of serious. Like, y'all's standards is not high enough for me. Some of y'all's. Now, what I also want to say, because this ties into, this wasn't my original topic, but let's just talk about it because now that we're here, we're just going to stay on this train. Sorry for my snorting. And another thing. I'm so spazzing right now. Oh, delirious. That's the word. I might be delirious. I don't think I have a fever. I'm a little warm. Like I said, I also haven't eaten. That's not why. Let me stop. Okay. I've been seeing, this is my problem. I get on TikTok, right? I see a video. I have like a reaction and a thought about that video, but then I don't speak it then, and then it randomly pops up. So this is tied to like something I wanted to talk about. Basically, there's this like trend where women are talking about, you know, how they're in their feminine era, but now the men they're dating are too. And then exposing men for being like feminine by showing like, you know, men asking women to come pick them up, come take me out, buy me this, do this, that. Baby, I personally it just could not be me. I am not attracted at all to effeminate men. Personally, I'm too feminine for that, honestly, I think is what it is. When it comes down to it, I could not date a man who's feminine. I am attracted to masculine men. There's a new generation of men. This upcoming generation of men, honestly, wants to be the woman in the relationship. They want the woman to chase them. They want women to buy them meals, to take them out, to get them flowers. And here's the thing. Like, all of those things in general, like buying a woman flowers, taking a woman on date, like those are societal norms that were in place because of a reason. Like, they didn't become normalized out of nowhere. Like, men used to have to work to actually get a woman. You'll see where I'm going with this. So, back when women had standards, any man women did not make themselves available to any man. They made men work to get their attention and their affection. Okay? So back in the day, these women was standing on business. You know, you wasn't getting in their pants without a ring, without a marriage. You wasn't having no kids without a ring and without a marriage. And you was not, no man would step into a woman if he couldn't afford to do those things either. So anyways, am I a yapper? I kind of am. Okay, sorry guys. So anyways, I really think like men used to have to work. They used to have to actually pursue a woman in order to attain things like marriage, wife, having kids, children, sex, all of those things. They had to work really hard to get those things, actually. Then we have the women's movement, women's rights. And I think women's rights just slowly started ruining women. Sorry, y'all. I personally think the women's movement was the downfall of a lot of things. I should say the feminist movement, not necessarily women having rights. But the feminist movement pushes societal norms that really hurt women at the end of the day. Like, women are let me not say what I was about to say, because the whole 50-50 thing, who's paying on the first date, that wasn't a thing in the 50s. That wasn't a thing in the 60s. It started becoming a thing maybe in the 70s in these feminist movement. Well, I'm just as strong and powerful and all of these things as a man. Why shouldn't I be able to pay for the date? Why shouldn't I be able to do whatever I would be like, woman, if you want to pay for your man, you can do that. But not every woman wants that. And I'm so sorry. I always have to apologize for like my maybe not nice behavior. These are kind of unhinged right now. But anyways, I think the truth is there are women who are very masculine, and masculine women, here's the thing, I feel like masculine and feminine complement each other always. So a more masculine woman is going to attract more feminine men, and a more feminine woman is going to attract a more masculine man and want a more masculine man, because feminine and masculine complements each other's. Like two masculine, like a masculine woman is either going to be with a feminine man or a hyper masculine man, so that she can be in her feminine era. But that's another conversation. But there are women who like being masculine. I'm just not one of them. Secondly, I don't think, like, when it comes to the topic of like who should pay on a date, who should ask who out, who should do blah blah blah, all of these dating random questions, I feel like as a woman, I should say for me, I speak for myself, as a feminine woman who wants to be a wife and mother one day, will it happen? Let me stop. I don't know. I can't guarantee that will happen. But anyways, I think like there's a biological urge for women to seek a partner that can provide and protect her. That's biological, because women are thinking about the future of her offspring. Like, if I marry a man who can't provide for me and my children, and I have to, sacrifice whatever, you're sacrificing as a woman a lot to raise and birth and carry children. Yeah, and I just, this is what makes me feel like horrendous for a single mother, because no woman should have to bring a child into this world with no support from the father. Like, that is a horrible situation. I would not wish on anyone. Now, obviously, people aren't perfect, the world isn't perfect, but it doesn't mean like I would wish that on someone or say like, oh, this is a equally great option. Like, of course I would not promote someone like being a single mother is an equally great option as having two parents to raise a child. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like these are both great options for someone. I would say the single mother option happens as a result of imperfect people and, you know, people failing to honestly either respect boundaries or just step up to the plate and take responsibility. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot to carry a child, raise a child, all of those things that come with just being a parent, being a mother. That's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work, and no one should have to do that by themselves, for one. For the two, you know, no woman gets in that situation on her own, obviously. Like, women don't impregnate themselves at the end of the day. So a man, sorry y'all, I'm still trying to eat my food. It's been like 30 minutes. Also, I'm sorry if I'm smacking. It's because I have to breathe out my mouth right now, and otherwise I'll not be able to breathe. Okay. I made a video. I was like, I don't understand how mouth breathers eat, because it's impossible to breathe and chew at the same time. Like, actually impossible. Like, you have to be a smacker if you're a mouth breather. I'm so sorry. To any mouth breathers out there, oh my gosh. Okay. We lost the plot. I'm sorry. Basically, let's start back from the original point. I'm not attracted to feminine men because I'm a more feminine woman. And I don't use the term feminine and masculine also and like the stereotypical ways people use them, like wearing pink and dressing girly and blah blah blah. That's not what makes someone feminine. It's literally how you carry and present yourself to the world. Like, masculinity, like a masculinity that is actually healthy, naturally is going to want to provide, want to protect, and want to serve other people. That's like the healthiest version of masculinity. Femininity is going to want to nurture, is going to want to also serve, but also, what's the other thing I would describe femininity? I'm gonna think on that one. I feel like feminine nature is nurturing, serving, and it's like aiding. Like, they like to help people. Like, when you think about like a lot of the female most female-oriented jobs are jobs that are nurturing and aiding in the help, like nurses. Being a nurse is a very female-dominated field. It has elements of nurturing, of helping, and serving someone else's needs. So masculine and femininity share, like, that they serve others, but how they serve others is in different ways. I'm sorry. So, I don't know. Like, I don't think being feminine has to look a certain way is basically what I'm saying. That, like, whether or not a woman wears makeup or not, dresses a certain way or not, it's like, that's not what makes someone feminine. Because there's very masculine women who dress a certain way, but that doesn't make them feminine, because how they carry themselves is not feminine. So it's not about an aesthetic, it's about I don't want to say aura. It's really just about, like, your, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to lose some folks on this one. Anyways, every time I state my opinion, though, there's always someone who gets offended, as if, like, I'm personally attacking them as a person by having an opinion that they don't agree with. But I can only speak for myself. My opinions affect how I live my life. They don't affect how anyone else is living their life. Like, I'm just sharing how I think about things in the world as my own unique individual person. Anyways, I do think a lot of the issues women have with dating now, if you are a feminine woman, is a lot of these men are very feminine, and it's honestly unattractive when a man expects you to chase him, expects you to pursue him. It's an automatic, like, red flag for me. Now, there's women, like I said, women who are masculine are willing to do that. Like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's like we've switched roles almost. Whereas men used to pursue women, now there's women pursuing men. It's just, like, very, I mean, it's backwards to those who are not, I guess, following feminist propaganda. I feel like if you do endorse the feminist propaganda of, like, you know, anything men can do, women can do. So, and I just don't like that. I feel like there's nothing wrong with men being men and women being women, and men and women being different and having different, you know, strengths and different weaknesses. I don't understand why that's like a hard reality to like accept. And I've said it before when I made my video about feminism as a whole. In my opinion, is rooted in a lot of women trying to, like, feminism, in my opinion, is rooted in women trying to be men. Is how what I see it for, because it's like women were obsessed with what men have and what men did, and they just wanted everything that men had. And so they're just focused, oh, because all of these presidents have been male, well, women can be president too, and women have the right, and women are just as equal. It's just like, no one said women weren't equal to men until you started comparing, you know, they just saw what men had, honestly. And then and because they saw where men were, they started to feel less than, but that's because they saw what men had as being better than what women had. And I feel like it's honestly a perspective issue, and this might go over some people's head, but you have to understand what I'm saying. It's like, if you don't see what women do as being valuable on its own, and you think women have to be like men in order to hold value, that is the most misogynistic you can think. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Feminism is rooted in women believing men are better than women, and therefore women have to be like men. Hear that again. Feminism, the basis of feminism was men are better than women, and we have to make women get to where men are in order for women to be equal. It's like the whole thing only exists because they put men on this. It's just like they projected something. I don't even know how else to better explain it. It's just like, in order to believe feminism, you have to believe that men are better than women to begin with. And if you don't believe that, then you don't need feminism. I don't know. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. But I feel like I'm not going to be able to explain that again. It's like you have to already see yourself as being less than in order to want what men have. In order to want to be like men, you have to think women are less than to begin with. So feminism is honestly rooted in misogynistic views to begin with, because you have to feel women aren't as good as men unless they have what men have, unless they're in positions of power, unless they are doing like all of these things that men do. Like, you already are misogynistic if you are a feminist. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying. It's just like, it's sad that so many women think like they have to do all the things men do in order to be important or valuable as a woman. Like, my value as a woman does not stem from, oh, I have to be a CEO, I have to be in this position of power, or I have to have like all of this. Like, no. It's just like, for me personally, that's not what I think makes women strong or powerful or any of that. Sorry, not sorry. Yummy. And honestly, I think when you honestly look at how feminism got started, it got started by women who were comparing themselves to men, because I really do think like women were treated probably with a lot more respect in some ways by men back then. In other ways, not so much, but that's another conversation, because there's always going to be men who don't respect women regardless of women's rights. Like, women's rights don't have nothing to do with whether or not a man is going to respect you or not. That has to do with, does that man have good values, good morals, good character? Like, whether or not feminism existed is not the basis of men disrespecting women or men respecting women. Whew. Sorry. Y'all, I'm trying to finish my salad. I'm really trying. Can y'all hear my congestion getting like literally worse? Okay, I got really off topic. Like, I can't even remember the original sentiment of my video. Other than, oh yeah, I saw the tweet. Big Sean, basically, I saw the bug and I missed it. It's like a mosquito or a gnat. I freaking hate bugs. But it's just like, men will waste your time. Like, the feminist movement has convinced women that they don't need marriage, they don't need husbands, they don't need any of those things. They just need I don't know, money, power, success in order to have valuable. But literally, I feel like women are more disrespected now. Because how are you still doing all the wifely things and not being a wife? And these men aren't even marrying you now. That's the funny thing. Women got more jobs now than they did before. It really did just make things worse. Because now, on top of all of that, you gotta work. On top of being a wife, mother, housekeeper, cleaner, cook, chef, I don't know. All of the roles women had at home, they also now have to work on top of that. Like, being a single stay-at-home, a single working mom, crazy. When I tell y'all, I work with so many pregnant women right now, and I'm just like, I know like some of them are married, and it's like, but it's just like we are in a society where it's like both partners have to work in order to be able to afford their children. And it's just like a woman staying at home to take care of kids is considered like a luxury now, where that used to be the norm. Like, imagine it being a luxury to raise your own kids, because we live in a society that values working. Women being in the workplace is more valuable than women raising their own children. And let me tell you something. The only reason that that is valued is because if you're not raising your kids, then someone else is. It's really just like crazy when you really think about it. Like, I can't imagine being pregnant and still having to work a full-time job. And that's like the normal now. But, And I would say, like, a lot of the people doing it, I don't know if it's because they want to or if it's because they have to. Like, I don't know how many pregnant women wanted to work during their pregnancy or if they had to. But I would assume most of them probably had to do it. Not that they wanted to. Also, the fact that there's no support for working mothers. Like, the U.S. has no maternity leave, guaranteed maternity leave. Like, they do not value women at all, or motherhood in women at all. I honestly feel like the feminist movement almost devalues motherhood. Like, instead of being a mother, you should be a workaholic and work for this company and give all your time to this company and retire, and then, I don't know, having money and success is what's supposed to make you happy. I personally just don't think I agree with that. But I know there's lots of women who don't care to have children, who don't want kids. And I don't think anyone should be forced to have kids if they don't want them. But at the same time, y'all, I'm fighting to breathe right now. I'm looking for my... Like, the whole toxic masculinity to me is just like men devaluing women and calling it masculinity. True masculinity respects femininity and respects women. That's why when you actually respect yourself and love yourself, is when I don't even know if that's the way I would say it, other than like, when you respect yourself, you don't tolerate someone disrespecting you. One of my biggest turn-offs, men who disrespect women. Like, I will never respect a man who disrespects women. Men who don't respect women are the weakest types of men. That is not a masculine man. Right? A real man stands up for, protects women, And like, I don't know. Some of y'all were not raised white. Like anybody who teaches you like, oh, you don't have to respect women as a man, like, oh, you were not raised right. At all. At all. Like, and I feel like women are starting to see it. Oh, so let's talk about it. I know I'm like, this video's all over the place. So, going back to Love Island, there was a whole situation. Kenny and Kendall went out in Dallas. Apparently, supposedly, the rumors has it, Kendall decided there was some woman in his section, and basically he decided to, oh, this is so cute. Oh, wait, what am I looking at? I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, they're actually together. Interesting. You ever see a couple and you're like, that's interesting. Okay, sorry. Okay, Kendall and Kenny. They're these two islanders. They live in Dallas. They were asked to host this opening of a new club. And basically, there was a bunch of people up in their sections, fans included. According to the girls' video, most of them were white. I don't know why people use the palm to describe white people, because I'm just like, you could just say white people. Like, I don't know. Calling white people Caucasian honestly feels more racist than saying white. It's almost like I don't know. Sorry, y'all. We have to do a water break, and then I'll finish my point. All right, sorry. So, anyways, they had all gone out. They're hosting this event, and apparently there's this two black women. One of them apparently is a TikToker. She has like over 700K on TikTok. I didn't know who this girl was, but apparently she has a big following. And basically, they were in the section. They were talking with some other people in the section. But apparently, Kendall sees these two girls, decides like, oh, I don't want them in my section. For whatever reason, they are assuming it was because of he's a colorist, which we could touch on that subject in another video. At this point, it's obvious that Kendall is a man who dates white Caucasian women, primarily. And basically, he signals out these two black women to a security guard who goes up to them and is like, oh, you guys got to get out. Y'all got to go. Like, basically saying, like, y'all aren't allowed to be here, but everyone else is. And so she made her little video, went live, talking about the situation, and basically people are dragging Kendall for filth because they're like, why did you single out these two black women when you had all of these other people that you didn't tell any of them, ask for any of them to leave? Now, I get the arguments that are like, like at the end of the day, it's his section, like he can tell anyone to leave. I really think it's the fact that he signaled out two black women specifically, and also on the show, like there was another situation where it made him uncomfortable, like how he was talking about another black woman on the show named Serena, and how he kind of cornered her and his body language was weird. So people were just clocking him for being like very weirdly having very weird comments and energy towards black women specifically. So that was the whole thing. And basically I'm just like, if there's one thing that women are gonna do, it's like, if a man seeing men disrespect women like that, but especially like a black woman, as a black man, you're disrespecting black women like that is crazy. Now I can see like, oh, he was asking a lot of people to get on his section that night. Like he was telling a bunch of people like, oh, you can't be in here. And if that was, something, and he was just doing that with anyone and everyone who he didn't want in his section, is one thing. But it basically, they said it really seems like he signaled them out because they were the two black women up in there, and he was like, y'all can't be here, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. And giving people the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, it's not it's not a good look. It's not a good look for you to be known as a man who decides to signal two black women to leave your section as a black man. So I feel like one thing about me is, a man disrespecting a woman is never okay. It's never a good look. And I feel like it's always gonna be like, it's a no for me, dog. Gives me the ick. And that applies to any man of any race. Like that not only for a black man or any specific race. That's for any and every man who has ever disrespected a woman like that. So basically, that whole situation I just wanted to talk about as like an example of how, like, when men disrespect women, it is so unattractive, it's so ugly and vile to me. It is actually like the most gross thing I can think of that a man can do. Like, is disrespect a woman, be on a woman, it's just like it's just something you don't do. And I can never respect you if you do something like that. So that's my thoughts. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired, and also I'm fighting to breathe right now. So I think I need to go. We gots to go. I've been yapping a lot today. I finally am starting to feel better. It's kind of why, but I'm like, your girl needs to go to bed. So peace out, Girl Scouts.